think watching some of the China games going on, the DPL that BCOP's been casting, I think Kaid's in like almost every game, if it's not banned.
It was
It
actually
like
China Dota when I saw that.
Yeah. I like Tide a lot. He seems very strong and underpicked in some of these other regions. Perhaps overvalued there. Who knows? It's like one of those things that you're on this new patch. All these regions are playing within themselves. Like you've got NA teams playing over in NA, or although maybe not the tier 1 teams, the European CIS teams playing these tournaments. China's playing against each other. So everyone's kind of developing different ideas and different thoughts about what heroes are the strongest right now.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. More consistent stun of sorts, but yeah, the Slaughter, great aim for that Phantom Assassin.
That's something I think Kezu's played a few times as well, if I recall some of their recent games.
Yeah, seems like a hero that he would be comfortable on, of course. And I know one that many teams have been more and more sold on. Essentially, even running it as more of a position 1 hero, I've seen a couple of times too. Because again, the way the bash now works, you can queue it up, you get massive attack speed on this hero, and you're bashing like crazy when it comes to it. So, and he still has the ability to fly through the water, essentially a level 4 at least of his sprint. So he has the mobility.
It's so nice for PA when you have a Slatter on your team, because often it's kind of annoying if you get kited a little bit by like these 4-staffs, Ghost Scepters, people get into fog, and then suddenly you can't throw daggers and blink on them. But Slatter's like, well, here's some vision. You don't even need to be landing stuns on everyone. Just throwing Corrosive Haze up makes PA's life so much easier, and everyone just melts. They're getting these high armor heroes, DK as well as Morphling, 2 heroes. You know, these are course picked in response to the PA, but Slatter like has enough minus armor from the Corrosive Haze that PA is not going to feel like, oh, I can't kill anybody, because that's just going to reduce the armor by enough that there is a significant amount of damage coming out from PA.
Yeah, it's almost interesting they do go the Dragon Knight, as you're kind of going over that logic right there. You know, he's known for having higher armor, of course, with the Dragon Blood, but with that Corrosive Haze, it's taken away. I guess overall, though, even the Breathe Fire is going to be very good this game, and that's where you could argue, you know, having that more armor, still with the debuff on you, still have at least some to work with.
Yeah,
so.
that's the thing. Yeah, you're not going to get like 2-shot. Like you get an Invoker or something, you get Corrosive Haze as an Invoker, and then PA is just going to 1 crit, you're dead. DK, it's going to take like 2 crits, maybe even 3 if you get tanky enough with some good itemization. I think this is the right approach. I think DK just fits their draft too. They're looking to play pretty fast tempo here. We saw yesterday, was it NoPango who had that Nature's Prophet Morphling draft, where they took Roche really early on? They had like a Vlad's Rush on the Nature's Prophet and everything.
Yes, that was the first game yesterday against Team Spirit.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. So this is kind of similar to that draft. They've got this roaming Earth Spirit who's going to be running around making plays. I imagine we'll see Zayats on that hero, and then, you know, Naive's Morphling is just insanely good when he gets free farm. So if they can secure free farm for Morphling, right now I'm favoring NoPango's draft. It just looks way more well-rounded, whereas Vega's a bit too all-in on this single-target Slaughter PA hero-killing thing. Like, you're not going to win the game by killing heroes alone unless you completely snowball, which is, you know, it's possible. That is one way to play Dota and win Dota.
Yeah.
It's just much harder to execute.
Interesting with the Enigma ban. Now, I will say in that match you were bringing up, I believe NoPango, they actually did run a Nature's Prophet mid, though, when they played it against Team Spirit. So I guess that's what Vega Squadron's kind of going after right here. Or they have DK. What am I saying? Okay, so yeah, it's going to be DK mid with the more.
They're expecting a 5-position Nature's Prophet, I guess, with the Enigma ban. That's why Nature's Prophet's a nice first pick, is because you can play as a core, but you can also play it in the support role. I don't think Gostic, I don't think I've seen him play it. I feel like he's more the guy who likes to play these initiators, but it looks like he will be on that. They get Coddle, which could also be, I don't know, can you play 3-position Coddle? Probably. I don't see why not. This could be anything.
Yeah, that's I would lean
It's
towards the
probably
position 3 Nature's Prophet, yeah, and then the Coddle support, but either way, definitely the Will-O-Wisp is going to be pretty strong in this game. You know, you got these heroes that want to jump on top, being the Phantom Assassin, the Slaughter, the Sven, and obviously Will-O-Wisp will help deter them. Blinding Light on top of that, going to be a nice tool to take advantage of, so see what they're thinking here. It's a Shadow Fiend
Dota. All right, that's fun.
It's been a while. I've casted a fair amount in 7.20, honestly, and I don't know if I've casted a Shadow Fiend yet since the patch.
I'm pretty sure Mage really likes playing this hero. I think I've seen him in pubs and all that. Just let me see. Yeah, it's his 4th most played hero in competitive Dota, and in pubs, It's his second most played after Invoker. He's very well known for his Invoker. But yeah, he's a big SF spammer. And it's probably one of the biggest counters to DK mid, just because it's so easy to hit double or triple raises on DK, and it's magic damage. So all that, you know, armor that DK can get from his passive gets negated, and it's burst damage. So if you can burst him, suddenly it doesn't matter that DK has all this regen. You don't really want to harass a DK, you want to burst him.
Mm-hmm. Interesting, though, because, again, you think back at the patch, and it was a hero that got very little. I think it got +1 armor, if I'm not mistaken. That was it. Ultimately, improved the hero. So you take a look, by the way, on your screen. Go to es.bet. You can put your wagers in if you like. NoPango heavily favored against Vega Squadron with those odds as you're seeing. And I personally am a little surprised by that, because, like I said earlier, I would actually gauge these two teams as one of the top 2 teams throughout the group stages of the 10 that are included, frankly. So, but NoPango, the ultimate favorite team. Again, es.bet. You can put in your wagers. Also take advantage of the insurance going on for the WePlay Winter Madness. That is with those wagers as well. So we are entering our first game of this 5-game best of ones coming at you today. Again, ultimately 4 of these 5 teams advancing on to the playoffs, which will start this coming Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. So should be some more good Dota ahead.
I never know what day of the week it is. So when you say things like Wednesday, it's like, I'm like, oh, okay, what does that make today?
Yeah, right. It's Sunday today, but sometimes I do have to double check and really go over that. But yeah, I believe it is Wednesday when the playoffs do begin there.
I'll take it. I trust you. I wouldn't have a clue. Oh yeah, here we go. This is going to be an interesting matchup. I think, yeah, maybe should be a little bit more even, but NoPango have been really good. I think they are the best team in the group stage. They beat Virtus Pro in a best-of-3 to qualify for the major. They are in tip-top form right now.
Yeah. No, they looked very good yesterday in a couple of their matches. We pointed out they're already 2-0, where Vega's got the busier day. They're 1-0, so they're going to play 3 games in total. So this is first of 3 that we're going to see them.
We are seeing the Nature's Prophet mid again. The DK is going offlane, so that's going to be the Gothic hero. This seems to suit him more. He likes to play these initiators. Like his Bat Rider is probably one of his most well-known heroes. He plays a bit of Enigma. So I think this makes sense.
Yeah, you kind of wonder if that has to do with that Shadow Fiend final pick as well. You're pointing out, I mean, against the DK specifically, that higher armor doesn't necessarily help him, or the regen for that matter, with the heavy burst of the raises, of course. So seeing the Nature's Prophet, and as we pointed out yesterday in their first game, they did actually run him mid as well, so got that going. As Sven does a good job of stunning right as the rolling boulder was coming out, and he takes that bounty rune. So, wait, was that all 4? They got all 4. Wow.
Okay. Well, that's quite the start.
Yeah.
You're always happy to see that.
How does a team get all 4 bounty runes? Jeez.
Yeah.
Really
usually it'll happen because both teams are contesting the same side of the map with 3 heroes, and the team with the stronger 3 heroes gets both, and then the 1v1 contest on the other side they also get because they have like a stun or something, but it's very rare still.
Yeah. That was a rare moment right there. We've been seeing a lot of these tri-lanes, at least to start the game, but it is a 2-1-2 setup from either side to go ahead and kick off our first game, again, of the day here. So, see at the top. Zayak is going to go for that pull. He's going to successfully do it. Pexu with another hammer. This is going to be a lot of damage. It's going to block the roll somewhat. And he does have another hammer coming up, but a salve will be popped.
Oh, that did not look like a melee attack. I think Zayats is like, what the heck?
Yeah.
How'd that cancel myself?
I mean, that's a big sword, though, GoDz. That's some long range.
That was like Monkey King-esque. Like,
yeah.
what's going on? Zayats is almost dead here. Sven has faster movement speed, it seems, but he'll get a roll away.
Okay. Yeah, he will get away in the end, but Pexu definitely making him pay for it with a lot of life and regen.
Oh, and he didn't connect the creep waves. The fact that stun meant that creep wave did not meet because he took too long to get it behind his tower. So that makes a huge difference. You can kind of see on the minimap, DK is just tanking the creep wave, but he's not got anything to go with it. First blood bottom, Naive catches out MNT. That's a nice start for this Morphling. That's a worry if Morphling gets going early.
Yeah, we saw it a couple times again yesterday with several different teams, and I think actually NoPango was one of those. So Morphling can absolutely get out of hand. Yeah, Naive the one playing it, but Rubik just caught in that bad spot. I believe we saw the blinding light coming into play right there as well, the pushback. And to help put him in the said bad spot with the adaptive strike to finish the job. You do look at the top lane there, you're mentioning tanking that creep wave. We have some awkward creep manipulation going on up there. And essentially diving that tower. Earth Spirit's getting very low, in fact. Not going to go down, though. Yes, he will. The dagger does finish him off from PA.
Huh? No. they're doing a good job punishing every time NoPango tries to tank these creep waves. Sven particularly just constantly throwing these stuns and dishing out damage and having a great time. Mid lane, 15 denies for Nature's Prophet, 16 denies now. Sailor is just crushing it. SF 5 and 5. He's going to start getting souls. This matchup gets much more SF favored once he has some souls as well as points in raises. Even just level 2 raises makes a big difference, but that is a massive amount of denies considering we're just 3 minutes in this game.
Yeah, it goes without saying one of the bigger weaknesses of a Shadow Fiend is that early laning phase, level 1, level 2, because of the lack of souls, of course. So Nature's Prophet has absolutely taken advantage of that. He has 17 denies, dear God. I wonder if he has a Blightstone on him here, possibly.
He had like double mantle circlet, so I think he's going to go like a double null talisman, maybe. He may already have the double null talisman.
Bought him.
What's
Spirit. Here? He's roaming in with the Invis. He is going to roll on a Khezu, but I think Khezu will be too far in the end. So ultimately transitioning into a trial of sorts down here, but unable to get a kill initially.
Yeah, still hovering around this mid lane. Sven Peksu really wants to see if he can maybe help the SF out a bit, but the issue from before is like the mage didn't have much mana. You really need to have mana for triple raises if you want to go for kills, but at the same time, if you want CS in this lane, you may have to use raises as well. So it's kind of torn between going for CS or going for kills.
Rubik.
Right now, I think you need to prioritize CS.
Rubik, yeah, was taking a lot of damage at the bottom lane meanwhile, but maybe next time he's going to get away and survive. So he'll be fine right there. But yeah, back to Shadow Fiend. I also wonder what kind of build we're going to see from him, because obviously they have a Phantom Assassin on their team. Getting pretty low right there, but we'll be fine. So will we see more of that, the Yules and the initiation style, even getting the talents for the raised damage, you think? Or will he still be kind of a physical presence here?
Probably a bit more magic focused, but mid lane, game coming in. Nice roll with the setup from the Sprout here. Mate should just be dead. One more right click, the Fairy Fire actually going to keep alive, and Sven will save the SF. Yeah,
he is going to survive. The trains are still in pursuit, but I think he is going to ultimately get away, in fact, adding up some souls on top of that. He wasn't maxed out already.
Sailor does have a teleportation, but I don't know if you want to risk going for a dive of any sort here.
No. No, just keep dominating the CS. It's one of those, like, you didn't get the kill, but you're making him play even extra defensive now because of how low life he does have. So in a sense, it's almost like he isn't there anyways. You're just taking more CS away from him. Yes, I've seen 27 denies at 5 minutes. I mean, something about that is just absurd. But that's what he's got going for him, and that no doubt has to continue to frustrate the Shadow Fiend. But we do see the Bounty Rune spawning, and it's going to be a bit of a split coming out this time around at least, as Madara won't find the one up there. Got the bottom one, though. Phantom Assassin is having free farm himself, it seems like, on the top lane, however, so that's one thing that is going very well for Vega Squadron. You look at his CS, 31 and 5 up there. Expecting to very likely see that Battle Fury, I'm sure, this time around for PA.
Yeah, I think so. When you get to a good start, you may as well. I think it's an item that anytime you can get away with it, you want to go for it.
Bottom lane, roll coming in. It doesn't connect. Khezu able to run away for the time being. Peksu with that war cry trying to help out, and it will be enough to help get him away. In fact, I don't even know if the war cry hit him, actually, but either way, he does escape. And they're going to pop a shrine, it looks like.
Yeah, does a good job saving the crush for after the Morphling waves on him, so that Morphling doesn't get those extra right clicks in, saves his life. And a nice value triple shrine here. Zayatsu with a haste, popped the smoke from MNT. He's still going for this mid lane kill.
Yeah, he was just focused on that. I don't even think he might have noticed. He's going right for that mage kill, and with the Illuminate coming through, might be enough. The lift, though, the pushback, and the Stormhammer comes out, so Mage is going to survive again. Several close calls. Now, usually Shadow Fiend, another weakness of it is obviously he's very susceptible to ganks early on, but the supports of Vega Squadron are on point with saving him right now.
Yeah, it's like a recurring thing where NoPango go in the SF, they're probably going to kill him, but the supports come, save the day, and keep Mage alive, and he's now 35 CS, 11 denies. He's doing just fine. He's recovered from all those early denies. He's still only level 5, so experience-wise isn't doing too great. You can see DK up top, level 6.5. That's, more where you should be as a core hero right now, but Gothic maybe where he shouldn't be, which is too deep under the tower.
Blinding Light, don't know if that's going to save it because Mage does have some raises, the long raise to finish the job. Yes, Mage will snipe him out. Well played there, and again, a good TP. Not often you see Shadow Fiend TPing this early on for a gank, but when DK, I guess, is on top of your tower like he was, that's a good place to do it. So free kill for him, and they take a 2-1 lead.
When you have a guaranteed kill like that, it's definitely worth it. I say guaranteed. It wasn't actually the easiest kill. With blinding light and then the DK stun, DK managed to almost escape, but it's pretty nice considering the level difference there. The DK was a full level 6.5 to the level 5.5 of SF, so it's, as far as killing a high-level hero, it does feel worth it, and well, we'll see where they go from there.
You see the odds adjusting slightly right there, but again, head over to es.bet. You can put your wagers in. Take advantage of that insurance going on for the WePlay Winter Madness event as well. es.bet. Slaughter has that hood up. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes that the Helm of the Dominator. KZU loves that item.
Or he's rushing Vlad's, but yeah, Helm of the Dominator, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's... It doesn't feel like a Slaughter item, but yeah, like you say, KZU does love the item, so...
Attack speed, it wouldn't be bad. Also take advantage of with the aura here for the team, I suppose. So, but yeah, either way, it's obviously going to turn to one of those most likely at this point.
Vlad's team is one of those items that there's quite a few pros who think it gets a little bit overpowered right now.
Yeah, we do see it a bit.
Vlad's almost every game now.
And there's like a Nature's Prophet game that we saw, in fact, again yesterday from NoPango. I wonder if he's going to look to do that again here, but right now he has a phase boots that he finished.
He's got 41 denies. He's got more denies than CS.
Yeah, it's hurting Mage a little bit.
Like Dendy playing mid. Dendy's one of those guys who was always like denying way more than every other mid player. That's what we're seeing here out of Sailor. He's just loving the denies.
Yeah, I keep wanting to say Sylar as well, but it is Sailor. It's supposed to. Just make sure. Interpretation there. Maybe next time, putting the zap out, trying to keep this push from happening, but they're just going to dive him instead. The lift going the other way, and for now he's going to be fine. Gostick still in pursuit, but those trees juking away. Meanwhile, up north, it looks like Zach does go down on the Earth Spirit, so they finish off maybe next time as well. It ends up being a 1-for-1. They're diving that mid-tier 1, though, to make this happen.
Yeah. And the issue is, though, like, well, yeah, Vega's responding well, but Morphling's free farming. Every time they respond to mid, Morphling gets more freedom to just keep hitting creeps, hitting the tower. You can see on his net worth, he's 500 net worth ahead of the PA, well ahead of SF. SF's kind of like the hero you want to see farming and having a good game, but there's just so much pressure on him that even when he's not dying, he's just not quite getting the farm and space hit light. You
see Naive with that Morbid Mask, has the Dragon Lance even queued up right now. But yeah, he is definitely taking advantage of now being the top net worth in the game. At this point, at least, he's going to head back into the jungle as the Radiant's scanning that area just in case they were coming for him. Top lane, though, Madara. Sprout not necessarily blocking, spawning the trees, and he is going to Phantom Strike over to the creep, though. Hell of a juke here from Madara, although Blinding Light pushback, but again, you can see with their vision, or lack thereof for that matter, he gets away. Again, there was no tower there, but good juking from Madara. In fact, he's going back in, really. He wants Coddle. He will get the kill, but at what cost now? He's going to pick up the bounty room on top of that and get away. This guy knows his limits.
Yeah, the cost of getting a bounty rune as well. He got a two for nothing there. He gets the kill, gets the bounty rune, walks away. I think once he realized the DK wasn't chasing him, he's like, this is a Coddle. I'm not afraid of a Coddle. If I get one crit, that's a dead Coddle, and he sure as hell got that crit. So, great little bit of play there coming out from the PA. Madara understanding the positioning of the NoPango heroes there really well.
Bottom lane, Mages here pushing it in. The raise spam. You see KZU in pursuit trying to find the Coddle, but Keeper the Light keeping his distance. A little fast pony of his. And he'll be fine for now, but this should be a tower kill unless we see some defense from NoPango. Right now it doesn't look like they're setting up. Might just give it up in the end. Yeah, there's going to be a tier 1 tower kill. Arcane Rune also bottled up a Mage. As I say that at the last second, they actually are TPing in, so never mind. In fact, they want to fight this now. Pexu is going to be caught KZU, but in the stun out Naive, he takes over Slaughter, though. Morphs into him, going to use that crush against Mage. Remember that Soul Mage has to fight right here. Doesn't even have Requiem. It doesn't look like it. So he goes down either way. No chance to survive there. KZU keeping his distance. Zayak hitting the stun. The Magnetizer, I guess it's slow now. Still trying to get used to that. But either way, KZU should be fine, or maybe not. Knives going in still, but no, it's just too much. They're diving a tier 2 tower right now when the tier 1 is still up. So might as well go for the objective instead.
Yeah, they may even chip away at this tier 2, but no, they decide better of it. Gothic ultimate will be wearing off soon. Naive's a bit low on his Morphling, so looks like they will decide to back off. Slaughter, you can see they're level 5 still, compared to the offlane Dragon Knight, level 9.5. That's crazy difference in experience between the two sides. So even though you see this 4-4 kill score, this 1k gold lead, you look at like the key heroes, the Morphling, his farm, as well as the levels on like these offlaners, and it does feel like NoPango's in a much better spot right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you're pointing that out, and holy crap, Slaughter really underfarmed here and underleveled for that matter. That is an issue for Vega Squadron, no doubt. And again, the recovery someone from Shadow Fiend early on, this hero, that's what he does. Even with the slow start, he's one of the best at recovering in the game, goes to the jungles and starts spamming those raises, but it doesn't seem like he's able to get that consistency going yet, and not really the scariest factor at this point in the game. Sven's wrapping around down here. Pexu. Okay, he's using the illusions to kind of juke them out a little bit too. He's trying to cut off Slayer, but Slayer did a good job going through the trees. Hammer does hit, though. There's the crush, and with the blinding light, oh my god, it might be enough?
Cole's a very fast hero, but they should have it. They might need another stun.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Somebody right there.
Okay, please kill it. There you
go. It's still just a coddle. That's a 1,200 net worth coddle. Like, it doesn't really get you a whole lot.
Yeah, that was a lot of time. A lot of time spent for that. Nature's Prophet, he'll be fine.
And Vega's lineup is all about getting hero kills, and they're just not really getting enough right now. But with that said, their lineup kind of comes online around stage, 15 minutes mid-game. Maybe with a... Well, Slaughter's going to have a Vlad's, but just Slaughter PA going around with Corrosive Haze and just trying to delete these supports, kill off heroes like Nature's Prophet, as well as a core. They need to start finding some kills. They can't just be playing a farm game because they lose the farm game.
Well, Shadow Fiend going the Yules. So going to be more than initiation, even a defensive tool in this case for sure. But yeah, seeing that Morphling now, while he is doing really more so just the 3 cores together for NoPango is what they have going for them. And you can look at also DK, at least right there for a second. He's going to go with the Blink Dagger as his follow-up to the couple of braces early on. So they're going to have some strong initiation from him. Go with the Earth Spirit, obviously. Nature's Prophet could also TP in, set these up as well. Naive, he's gone on up here, shifting over to the Strength, though.
He can't be killed right now. TA doesn't have the items for it, but he can be zoned out. In mid lane, SF, sure as hell can be Kezu as well, it looks like. The Earth Spirit came in with a great combo with the Magnetize, but here comes Vega Squadron. They want some revenge.
Phantom Assassin trying to finish off Slayer. The Zap of the Fade Bolt will do the job. The tower goes down, though. Ghostic able to finish that. Meanwhile, Pexu still in the front lines. He's a bit beefier, I suppose, with that Warcry buff, but now it wears off. Has to turn around. Maybe next time gets caught by the Sprout. And Naive taking over Phantom Assassin, looking to chase down Pexu and possibly more. Madara gets the Counter Spirit, but he has to run away, realizing that it's a lost cause at this point. They do lose Pexu, but Naive still wants to kill on Phantom Assassin. The stun with that Strength Adaptive Strike going in with the follow-up again in that PA4, and the Blur, though, kicking in. And Madara will ultimately Phantom Strike away to survive, but another one fight for NoPango, and it continues to be a case of, yeah, the momentum just feeling much better for them right now. I go back to the Shadow Fiend, too. Mage just cannot seem to get any kind of consistency going with this game.
Yeah. It's such a squishy hero. It doesn't matter how well you're doing. You can be ahead, you can be on par, you can be behind. You're always kind of just paper. Like, that's just SF as a hero. The BKB is like when you feel like you're a little bit less paper, but even then you don't have mobility. If there's like a right click and carry like a Morphling on you, that BKB is not going to help.
You mentioned that Vlad's pickup on Slaughter was completed, but he's now just trying to get that blink. And you talk about the initiation on the Serenian side, the Dire side's much different. And without the Blink Dagger, so they are very weak right now with being able to jump in, but I suppose this is one way to do it, just kind of running at the coddle at the top lane. They find him.
You kind of have to punish this coddle. Don't let him just get away with split pushing that deep. They find him with the help of that Observer Ward as well.
Yeah.
It's nighttime, but just a coddle, but at the same time, you don't commit that much for him. There's just 2 supports killing coddle, so you feel much better about that kill.
Ghostic, the Elder Dragon form going to be popped as they push the tier 2 down here. Obviously, Knife with them as well. And you see DK again going that Blink Dagger, and now he's going to follow it up with the Heaven's Halberd. So he's kind of playing this initiation and utility style of Dragon Knight. That's the cool thing about DK. Really, not only a versatile hero with where you can lane him, but you can build him many different ways, whether from carry to more support utility. And the support utility build does seem like it makes a lot of sense here over the true core, of course.
I mean, Halberd is an amazing item against PA this game, so yeah, we'll see how this PA fares. If you get the Halberd off, you can't BKB it off too, so we'll see how PA manages to fare in this situation.
That's going to be a free Aegis. They came in at the last second, but that's just going to cost KheZu his life at least. Yeah, the rest of Vega Squadron just needs to run because there is no way they're winning this fight now. I still think it's very obvious they're lacking that initiation, and until they have it, they cannot feel confident in picking a fight. Pexu, he pretty much knows he's in a bad spot. It's just a matter of how long he makes him take to get the kill right here. So the stun finally comes out from Zayak, and they're going to indeed burst him down. So down goes Sven, and with that Aegis now, which is on Morphling. Also the Yasha finished on top of that to go with the Dragon Lance. We'll see more objectives going down, which right now it's the mid tier 2 and the top tier 2 are the last outer towers remaining.
Yeah, those towers probably going to fall. They may be even considering a high ground if they can get some key pickoffs. They're not quite far enough ahead. They don't have the levels and items just yet to just go high ground with an Aegis without some kills, but they're definitely way stronger than Vega, who, until they get the blink on Slaughter, just don't really have a good way to start fights. Like, I love the Vlad's Knife. I think it is one of the best items in Dota for its cost right now, but I think this game, the Slaughter blink was so crucial for their strategy that not going at first is really going to hurt them right now.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious in that hindsight mindset. If he had the chance to kind of go back and go for the blink first instead, might have gone for that. But middle lane, it's a disaster more so. Rubik, he goes down already. Will-O-Wisp pulling back in Pexu as well as he tried to run away. Just almost got out of range of it, but no chance. And we'll just throw up those odds just in case you weren't sure if this game was heavily favored for NoPango right now. Yeah, that's quite the dominating favor, and I think it's for good reason. Their three cores are all doing very well once again.
Oh yeah. I imagine if you went to place your bets now, I don't think those odds would still be the same. This game's not entirely over by any means, but it's looking even more one-sided after those couple of kills and now a tier 3 tower being seen.
Pexu, as he TPs in, gets stunned immediately. Knife, again, he's not scared, even as the Aegis on top of this all. Requiem finally comes out from Mage, so it's going to do a little bit right there. And Knife still trying to run away, but Gostic goes in, and Knife shifting over to the Strength, gets a help need. Madara, he's in no man's land once again. The Magnetize ticking him away, and he does go down despite that Phantom Strike. Knife going back in. Again, he probably just wants to die right here, which he will, but Phantom Assassin buys back for this. They know this is a bit of a last stand chance here for Vega already, but they've lost. They are still going to lose to tier 3. I suppose that's going to be it in the end with that buyback, but it's that PA is now even that much further behind now because of it.
Yeah, that Earth Spirit just dominated that fight. Magnetize, I think, caught 4 heroes, was being spread around, reapplied. Took a look at the fight recap. He did 2.7k damage. The next highest was Morphling, who did 1.7k. So he did by far the most damage in that fight, and Zayats has just been a beast on this hero.
KheZu, another big kill, because again, without that Blink Dagger, this Slaughter just feels very underwhelming, and they are indeed going to complete the job, so that's going to be delayed that much more. I assume he doesn't have it yet, at least. But how about that pickup? Earth Spirit with a mech. He has delivered to him right there. I feel like we're seeing more and more teams kind of pick up this item in general on several heroes.
Yeah, I think it's what it had, like a small little buff on the 7.20 patch, so I think it's,
I'm not even sure
one of those items that never felt that value, and now it's more and more people are buying it.
Yeah. Well, enough for interest here as we've seen these last couple of days now. Oh, wow, that's a Crimson Guard finished on Nature's Prophet. Yeah, it's all just coming together so nicely for this Radiant squad, and KheZu once again is going to find himself dead. He buys back. You see Madara pushing bottom lane, but PA is not a fast-pushing hero, so I don't even know if they're that intimidated.
Yeah, they may lose a tier 3 tower. I think the main thing is just don't let PA get a Rax here. But if you lose a tower, if you take a Rax and just lose a tier 3, you're fine with that. So we'll see if they can get back to defend the Rax. I imagine they shouldn't have any problems.
Yeah, Madara is still going to go for it, but losing his teammates in the meantime, Mage, the Warcry is not going to save him. He buys back immediately as well. Awkward buyback hero, of course, with the souls, but we'll do so. But yeah, Madara is getting some good damage on that Rax, at least, I gotta say. Maybe working out a little better than I initially expected for Vega Squadron, and he does get away before getting caught, so...
Chase is on. They want some kills.
Blinding Light preventing too much of a chase. Ideally, Slayer is picked off, though, and they might get Salar as well on the Nature's Prophet. He's tanky with that Crimson Guard, but by himself, he is not living. So, considering where the game's at, I think that's probably one of the better situations or scenarios as far as how could have played out for Vega Squadron.
Yeah, they don't get the racks in the end, but I don't think they were ever going to get the racks. The only way PA gets racks there is if NoPango like decide not to TP, and that only happens if they're like winning the game and getting double racks plus 3 or 4 kills, killing the SF a second time. But the fact SF has to buy back there is pretty crippling for his game. And just the 1 kill on a Nature's Prophet who is a core doesn't really feel like enough. All that damage PA does on the racks doesn't really matter because it just heals up, and even if it doesn't heal up, NoPango's just going to focus on pushing out these other lanes now.
Smoke play. I almost said Vega because I see Zayak there tagged up Vega, but no, he's on
Yeah.
NoPango. Yeah, a team of many different teams. Odium, Vega, NoPango. They're going mid.
It's funny, it's kind of a reject squad, but they've actually been together now for pretty much, I want to say, like this entire season almost, and
yeah,
it's been a very stable team. As far as the CIS region goes, this is stable, you know.
That's fair. Jump in on the Sven. He's a little deeper in there, but oh my god, that ethereal blade burst comes out, and all of a sudden Sven is gone. He's no longer with us. 30 seconds he's going to be out for.
And no split push this time, so nothing to force NoPango to retreat.
Going for the racks. Why not? Again, not scared. Slaughter still doesn't have a blink. In fact, he ended up changing his mind altogether, but either way, he's not going to live there. He's out for a minute. And then this is that death ball final push, even for NoPango.
This one's over at this point. It looks, I mean, Vega will just see what happens, but NoPango's bold. They're not going to be messing this one up.
Yeah, they're well on their way to 3-0 now here in the group stages. Again, they already guaranteed moving on. It's at this rate they're looking pretty good to claim that first seed going on in that playoff bracket. As Zayak is going to get caught though, trying to roll out. So I suppose another case of Vegas at least hanging in there. But as you mentioned, wearing off, and he has to play defensive now.
I mean, they defend and get that kill just because of the PA's BKB, but now it's one off, and DK doesn't have ultimate to help push here, but they should be okay.
Tier 3 going down, Pexu. Yeah, he had a decent laning phase, but the Sven impact on that support role hasn't been necessarily felt either as well. Really too much.
Their lineup just didn't end up being very well rounded. They were just too single target, physical damage focused. I think, and if they wanted to make this work, they needed that blink on Slaughter earlier.
Yeah. Well, now he's gonna use the Ethereal Blade on himself even to mitigate some damage. They actually might kill the Morphling here. Okay.
Slayer takes the tier 3 tower as a cuddle. He's got no TP, he's just hiding.
Get out. No.
Well, just as I said, you know, they'll have no problems closing this one out. Small little mishaps there, here and there, but I gotta imagine they'll be, you know, maybe eyeing off the next Roshan if they need to.
Yeah.
Even a DD rune awaits them there. They got 4 bounty runes now, so that's going to be another like 2.5k gold or something.
Yeah, big picture, still looking very dominant for NoPango. They got the 2 sets of racks, and even that bottom tier 3 now cleared out. Look at that pickup. That's an interesting one. Akaya Yasha just finished for Morphling. Not a hero you'd expect to see that on.
Yeah, I would not have expected that either. I guess he's just looking to amp up that E-Blade down.
Why not? Got that going for him. Also, I suppose whatever he morphs into can take advantage of that as well. Salar, he's in trouble, but again, that Crimson Guard kicking in. The Requiem won't finish the job, and Vega Squadron finding themselves a decent fight so far with the Will-O-Wisp coming out for the buyback for Nature's Prophet, and with Ghostic, and now we have Morphling going to be joining the party in the back lines. They just clean up Vega Squadron, and just when he felt a little bit of hope for Vega, it's just immediately taken away from them. So GGs are called, and it will be a victory for NoPango in the end.
It's a very convincing game from them. I think they just, you know, the off lane is where the difference really was this game. When Slada is level 5 while DK is level 9, and there's this big farm difference, that completely sets Vega back because their mid game was dependent on Slada having a good game, setting up the PA to get some kills, and they just never really got rolling. And they're a lineup that needed to snowball and get rolling.
Yeah, this Morphling as well. It's 2 out of the 3 games now for NoPang on the group stages. We've seen Knife play it and do very well with it. So that's a hero that you almost want to start thinking about even initially banning against this team. I don't know. There's just so many, of course.
It's kind of cool. I actually think that Yasha and Kaya pick up at the end. It's not even like a troll item. Like, yeah, the game was kind of over and won at that point, but he had this casual Yasha already for farming, and upgrading to the Kaya after you have Ethereal Blade is a lot of spell amp. That's 12% spell amp on your E-Blade Adaptive Strike combo. So kind of cool to see something a bit new coming out from the Morphling there at the end.
Yeah, it does make sense, actually. So adapting to how the game's continuing to move on. But ultimately, again, the draft of Vega Squadron, maybe a couple of questions coming into play right there throughout the game, but really also a bit of an outplay. I mean, NoPango, you pointed it out going into this, and I think we saw even more of that. This is one of the top teams right now in the CIS region, and they're carrying that momentum into what's eventually going to be the playoff stage later on this week. But they still have one more game to go, so we'll see how they finish. Vega, they're going to play a couple more throughout the day themselves, as they now have that 1-1 record. As far as our next match, in fact, it will include Vega Squadron, as they're going to take on Pavaga Gaming, that is, who is also 1-1 after their results of yesterday. So should be another good matchup here. Ladies and gentlemen, the WePlay Winter Madness. We got Group B action. Our day's just beginning. We have 4 more best of ones that are going to be coming at you. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by GoDz. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.